Revenue metrics are one of the most important metrics that you need to track inside of your SaaS company. But should you be tracking how your company collects cash on a monthly basis or an annual basis? Let's get into it. Hey everyone, if you're new here, then I'm Rig, and in this channel we discuss tips, tricks and strategies that help SaaS startups go from 0 to 1 million ARR in 12 months or less. And in today's video, we are talking about whether you should be tracking your MRRs or your ARRs. So when we are thinking about our high-level metrics of MRRs and ARRs, we need to first take into consideration the type of customers we serve. So if it's more enterprise deals, then ARR might be the right way to go. Otherwise, MRR might be the better option. But for most companies that I know, it's never that simple. So let's break this down. On one side, there is enterprise deals, and on the other side, there is more of direct-to-customer deals. So there are two things to consider. One is cash flow and the other one is revenue. Let's say you have a 1-year deal with a customer of 12K and the customer decides to pay you for the first 3 months upfront. Then in your bank account, you have 3K when you close the client. And this customer is not going to pay you the next month. They're not even going to pay you the month after that. And even if you've been paid for 3 months upfront, your customer support and customer success team is still obliged to help the customer get full value out of the solution for the next 3 or 12 months. So paying upfront does not mean it's done. And in finance term, this is something called as revenue recognition. That is, you still have obligations to the customer. In the self-serve model, you can have a monthly plan where customers pay you every month and they can choose to leave whenever they want. But this isn't a very good or a very stable model. And for all I know, most companies don't just have a monthly plan. And if yours does, you should change that right away. You want your customers to pay you as much upfront as possible and for your rev numbers to be as predictable as possible. So a yearly plan plus a monthly plan is the way to go about it. And if the customer chooses to pay you upfront for 6 or 12 months, then they can get a discount on the price. And that's the way to go about it. Now, in this case, if you wish to calculate your MRRs, it will be what the customer has paid you for that period of time divided by the number of months. So let's say there are two customers, customer 1 who pays you $100 every month and customer 2 who is paid for an entire year upfront and paid you $1,000 for the year. So from the first customer, you will have $100 per month in MRR, and from the second customer, you will have $83 per month in MRR. And your total MRR will be 100 plus $83, which is $183 per month in MRR. Now, if you're in the first category of enterprises where the contract with the customer is at least 6 months long, ARR might seem like the better model, but with revenue recognition and everything, it usually gets complicated. So if you ask me, MRR is still the way to go. For SMBs, clearly MRR might be a better model. But most of the videos you'll watch or the articles you'll read, they'll tell you to track your ARRs. And sure, if you have investors who want to know forecasts, how you're doing, how predictable your revenue is and things like that, then ARR might be the way to go. And also ARRs allow you see things from a long-term perspective. Also, if you're a startup, which I assume most of you watching this video right now are, it would be better to track MRRs. And if you're in the later stages where you're closing more enterprise deals and have predictable revenues, then you might consider ARRs. But more than worrying about your MRRs and ARRs, I encourage you all to think about product activation and full value realization. Because MRRs and ARRs are lagging indicators. That is, they can only be looked at and evaluated in hindsight. But the first two metrics that I mentioned are forward-looking indicators that can tell you how your company is performing on a day-to-day basis. You can understand about these concepts in detail in my next video here. I hope you found the video useful. Let me know in the comments what you track, MRRs or ARRs. And as always, this is Mrig, and I'll see you in the next video.